Welcome to the Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive. Each episode is packed with actionable insights to help boost your efficiency and achieve your goals. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to peak performance.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Robin J. Emden, and I'm an accountability coach and author of Get Resultsology, the science of getting stuff done. I work with people who run their own business. No boss, distractions everywhere, and never enough hours in the day. Together we cut through the noise, sharpen their focus, and follow through on the big ideas that actually move the needle. That's what I call the momentum formula. Do it today, profit tomorrow, and repeat. So if that sounds like the kind of breakthrough that you've been looking for, then you're in exactly the right place. And speaking of being in exactly the right place, I am delighted to welcome our guest expert today, Nick Musica. Nick is the founder and CEO of Optics In, a digital marketing agency based in Carlsbad, California, specializing in SEO and web design. With a career spanning back to 2003, Nick has helped organizations of all sizes boost their online visibility, from startups to non-profits and everything in between. He's the co-author of When Search Meets Web Usability, a recognized speaker at events like SMX and ClickZ, and formerly taught user experience at NYU. Nick brings clarity, strategy, and impact to digital growth. Nick, welcome to Goalbusters.
Howdy, Robin. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Did you see how I remembered to say click Z and not click Z, showing off my Britishness there?
I did notice.
Yeah, I was quite impressed. I caught that in time. Whereabouts? So we've established you're in California. What time of day is it for you?
It is approximately 9:15.
Oh, lovely. And I've already found out because I frisked you virtually to see if you got coffee, and you have. Good on you, sir. Well done. I like the cut of your jib, as they say. I'm waffling on. Shall we do the questions?
Let's do it.
All right. I'll get the clock up on the screen. And there it goes. Nick, could you tell me, please, who is your ideal client?
You know, it's one of two folks who show up. It's either folks who have a ton of volume associated with their products. Like I have a health and wellness client that just wrapped up, and they have a tremendous amount of volume in the space. And so with that volume, when you can get that search volume and you have the product volume, you tend to get a very good result for what we're talking about, for being found via SEO. And the other client that I like is what I refer to as the $1 million query. So there are some folks who are out there. The nature of the business is not a lot of volume, but the value of their product is quite a bit. And I had one of these folks show up about 6 months ago, and the conversation I had with their salesperson sounded something like this. Our average cost, our average value of a contract is $250,000. And so I kept repeating that back to him, and I can see him getting a little twitchy, and he goes, Nick, I got to stop you. I know we gave you that number, but we have clients with contracts that can go up to $1 million. Oh, you literally have $1 million query out there. That's fascinating. Meanwhile, their product, right? The head term gets about 140 searches a month. Only 140, but the value of those searches are tremendous, right? So those are the two types of folks I like to work with.
Fascinating. And you've covered quite a lot of ground there on the problem or problems that you solve, but I'm sure you solve a lot of problems. Did you want to expand on the point a little bit more?
Yeah. So, I mean, it really comes down to visibility, right? There's folks who are going on Google, Bing, name your favorite search engine, or these days it's now an answer engine. But the idea is to be found at the time of query or prompt, however you want to use the language. It's really a lot. I love SEO because of this. You didn't exist before someone put a query into their machine. And then magically, you're part of the consideration set. Right now, you're something for someone to think about. You're solving a problem for them that they just searched for on whatever platform they're using today. SEO, answer engines. Our job is to get people that visibility to be there at the time of need, and then get people down on the path to click add to my cart or submit for a discovery call or whatever the next action is, the next call to action is.
Fascinating, fascinating. That sounds like a lot of expertise needed there, and you're providing a very valuable service. Thank you for sharing that with us, Nick. So
Yeah.
what is one valuable free action that our audience can implement that will help them to solve the problem in some way for themselves?
Yeah, I would highly, highly recommend everyone uh, putting these two applications on your website. A lot of folks have Google Analytics. That seems to be a given for most folks, but not everyone. If you don't have it, please do it. But the other one that about half of the folks who show up to my door have is Google Search Console. So back in the 60s, there was a show on TV, Batman, and there was a big red phone the commissioner would use to call up Batman. That is Google Search Console. It is your direct line to Google. It's really it's sort of like a one way. They tell you things for the most part. There's a little bit of back and forth, but it's mostly them telling you things. It's our view of your website through our lens. You can't get any clearer than that. And that information that you get from that is actionable, which is fantastic. And the action is various forms, but the result is always more visibility. So a lot of it's technical, a lot of it may be copy, but any way you slice it, it's direct from the source. So get those two applications on your site, Google Search Console, Google Analytics. They are both free.
They are indeed, and that's a very fascinating insight into the power and the difference between them. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Nick. That's a great free tip. So now that we have a better understanding of what you do, let's dive briefly into goal busting, focusing on how to maximize productive time to achieve business goals. Nick, can you share any tips or advice for someone looking to improve their productivity habits?
Yeah, I have found for me working for myself, by myself, in my own office, you would think there's not a lot of distractions, but they are everywhere, everywhere, right? The sound outside, the noise coming up downstairs, the cats who want food, like everywhere, right? And so what I have found is two things, really three things. One, having a big goal. I'm looking to accomplish X. If you don't have a goal, anything is a good distraction. So you need something you're going to accomplish. The other thing is work in 30-minute increments. Heads down for 30 minutes doing a thing, take 5 minutes off. 30 minutes and 5, 30 minutes and 5. Set the timer. Literally set the timer. Manage yourself because no one else is. You don't have a boss. You are your own boss, and there's a lot of responsibility with that. Or you lose the privilege, potentially, right? And the other thing is this little devil is terrible. Is terrible. It'll give you all the things you ever wanted all at the same time. All the phone calls coming in, all the texts coming in, all the alerts coming in. Stop it all. Stop it. Use it as a phone, right? Go through your alerts. Kill the ones that are not completely 100% necessary. Get off social. Either social is part of your job or it is not part of your job. If you can't get off of it, give yourself to set a timer, 5 minutes, and then get off of it. But you need to be very hyper vigilant about how you spend your time. The value of your time and the best way to use it is your friend or the opposite.
Fantastic. And one final question is, what should I have asked you today, Nick, that I didn't? And your answer, please.
Yeah. People go, well, how do I get started? SEO is so hard. And here's the basic thing. You need to get started on something, wherever the easy spot is for you. If it's technical, great. If it's copy, great. If you're good at PR, great. But you need to get started someplace. Don't be afraid of doing it wrong. Be afraid of not getting started.
Perfect. Thank you. Look at that. You did it in exactly 7 minutes. I absolutely love that. And now I'm going to break my own rules and circle back to your last answer, which was superb about productivity. I completely agree with
Hmm.
you. The digital dopamine in your pocket is what we call the phone. You described
Awful.
perfectly a technique called Pomodoro technique. It was invented in Italy in the 80s by a student who was struggling to organize his time. hugely powerful. I call them my POMs. How many POMs am I going to get done today? I count my day by POMs, and that breaking up, 30 minutes, 25 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever works best for you. Such good advice. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Absolutely. It's great to hear someone who is in the same boat as me. You work at home. You're right about distractions. I physically cannot count, especially when you count the digital dopamine thing, how many distractions are just within like 2 feet of me. Just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And no wonder people struggle to get things done. So thank you so much for sharing those. And thank you also for sharing your insights with us today. Fascinating, actually. This SEO is probably one of the hardest things for most people to get their head around, and you do need an expert to help enlighten you. So thank you for sharing that with us today, Nick. I have one final question, which is a very important one, which is how can people reach you? Because I'm sure there's many more insights that they would love to get from you. And speaking of which, is there like a valuable free resource they could get from you? I always say it's a cheeky question, but it's actually a brilliant way of getting a taste of a flavor of the kind of things that you can do for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. So folks can go to opticsin.com, or if you're feeling adventurous, OpticSin. They all go to the same place, spelled the same way, but .com. And if you go to opticsin/newsletter, give me your name, give me your email. I'm going to send you 10 mistakes about SEO that you should avoid. And here's why this is important, is because if you were to search for anything online about SEO, you're going to come up with lots of content. Let's say you come up with 3 articles. You're going to get at least 4 opinions about how to do something, and they are out of context, right? They are 500 to 1,000 words of out of context that may or may not have anything to do with your website, right? And what I've taken is the 10 things that I've seen clients making mistakes over the past 20 something years, and put it into one document where it's, if you want this result, here are the 10 things you should be looking for. It's fairly simple, clean, not overly complicated. It is actionable.
Yes, and I want to add to that, and please feel free to disagree if I'm wrong, but the beauty of a specialist like yourself is they're often usually out of date as well. You have to stay up to date, which is what you do for a living, and the rest of us just don't have the time or even the knowledge or the inkling to do. So it always is advisable to find someone whose job it is to keep up with the changes that are being made almost daily, aren't they?
Yeah, that is the job. It is, or else I don't bring value, right? Like if you're coming to me and you know all the things, if you know more than I do, that's a problem for both of us.
Yes, I could probably give you a run for your money on SEO 2008, which means I'm like an antique, not a clue, not a clue. Might as well been the Victorian era. It's just changed so much. Nick, it's been brilliant. Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed our brief conversation today. I feel like I've learned loads. I feel like there's loads to learn. And I'm very pleased to have met as someone who I could probably learn quite a lot of that from.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome. Thank you for your time today too. So that's Nick Musica, everybody. And please, everybody, remember, keep goal busting. Make your future self proud. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination, and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.